Hi, this is David. Welcome to Part 2, Topic 5, Dow, Chapter 3 from the book Measuring Market Risk. And Chapter 3 is called Estimating Market Risk Measures and is primarily concerned with value at risk, expected shortfall, and really it's an argument in favor of coherent risk measures. So we'll look at that shortly. The associated workbook is T5.32.3, Dow Measures 32, because this is reading 32 in the Part 2 FRM. And then within that workbook, several worksheets. The first two I have tagged as highly relevant. And that's under a historical simulation approach, both value at risk and expected shortfall. And then medium relevance, I have expected shortfall illustrated for the normal distribution. So that would be a parametric as opposed to historical simulation approach. And then some other worksheets, either medium or low relevance. So before I look at the first learning outcome, let's just contrast what we're going to look at. What we're going to look at is historical simulation. But VAR and expected shortfall are really queries or properties of a distribution. So just like with VAR, where we can approach it either parametrically or with the simulation, so too with expected shortfall. So here we have illustrated, I've used maybe the most familiar distribution of all, a standard normal, as you know, mean of 0, variance of 1. And in that standard normal, I hope that in Part 2, it's familiar to you that the 95 percentile, that quantile function returns for us, or that inverse cumulative distribution function returns to us 1.645 standard deviations. In other words, out here, at 1.645 standard deviations, 95% of the area is under this curve to the left. And so that's our quantile function or inverse CDF that we rely on so much. And then the 99 percentile is 2.33 approximately. So this quantile approach, now the historical simulation VAR. And I would just like, and that's the VAR. What I think is technically the FRM, this has been, and percentile one-day VAR of a bank's portfolio to be of the worst 1%. He's actually, his coherent, here's the weighting function. Measures. A coherent risk measure is an L estimator, which is asymptotically normal. So then a paper by Stolz and Noko on enterprise risk management, which reappears in the curriculum, continues to have low testability. We're asked to define enterprise risk management. A corporation can manage risk either one risk at a time. That's the straw concept or the straw man. And it'd be preferable for the enterprise for the corporation to use enterprise risk management and view all the risks together in a coherent, coordinated, and strategic framework. This way, enterprise risk management can create value at both credit rating agencies. Management can articulating the notion is target rating to start the percent, so they can target here migration matrix spreadsheet that I have and that course. So now the risk arc and equity 3-point board, and make a point about the where Stolz and Noko say that Hello, this is David. Let's take a look at the first chapter in the textbook by Andrew Ng, Asset Management, A Systematic Approach to Factor Investing. And the first chapter that's assigned here in topic 8 is Factor Theory, so that's chapter 6. I think this is an excellent book. I really do. And although this chapter 6 is a theoretical setup for some of the chapters that follow later with a little more data and color. So if this feels a little theoretical, well, that's because it's called factor theory. And we can have some learning objectives that the good news is there's a high overlap here with learning objectives that will be familiar to you from topic 1, capital asset pricing model. We saw that with the market's return in errors, move beyond asset label, have different nutritional needs. So we call that systematic of homogeneous. That's the asymptotic. Dream occurs when no better in the FL that correlate applies to the current price, and that the efficient market hypothesis implies that when investors hold the market